Welcome to Historic Coins Vault, where every coin tells a story and every discovery could be worth a fortune. Today, we're diving into the rarest US coins, some so valuable, collectors would pay a small fortune just to hold them. Stay with us, because what you're about to see might surprise even the most seasoned treasure hunters. Top 1. Today we're diving into one of the most talked about modern American coins, the 2002 Mississippi State Quarter. At first glance, it may look like just another pocket change coin, but some collectors believe certain rare examples could be hiding extraordinary value. So sit back, listen very carefully, and enjoy this fascinating journey into one of America's most collectible quarters. In 2002, the United States Mint continued its wildly popular 50-state quarters program, a series that began in 1999 and quickly became one of the most successful coin programs in history. The Mississippi Quarter proudly represents the Magnolia State and was the 20th coin released in the series. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan. This classic image has been a staple of American coinage since 1932 and symbolizes the foundation of the nation. Turn the coin over, and you'll see the true beauty of Mississippi captured in metal. The reverse design features the elegant magnolia blossom, the state flower, surrounded by the inscription, "The Magnolia State." The detail in the petals and leaves gives this quarter a graceful and timeless appearance that collectors truly admire. Now here's where things get interesting. The 2002 Mississippi State Quarter was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Millions were struck for circulation, but as any serious collector knows, mintage numbers alone do not determine rarity. Condition, preservation, and mint errors are what can transform an ordinary coin into a sought-after treasure. High-grade uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS-67 or higher, are extremely difficult to find. Because quarters are heavily used in daily transactions, most show wear, scratches, and contact marks. Finding one with sharp details, brilliant luster, and virtually no imperfections is far more challenging than many people realize. But the real excitement begins with mint errors. Some Mississippi quarters have been discovered with dramatic off-center strikes. Others show double die errors, where the design appears slightly duplicated due to a misalignment during the minting process. There have also been examples with clipped planchets, die cracks, and even wrong planchet errors where the coin was struck on a different metal blank. These unusual mistakes are what make collectors' hearts race. Error coins are unique. They tell a story of a split-second mechanical imperfection at the mint, creating something rare and unexpected. And rarity is what drives value. Another fascinating category is proof coins from the San Francisco Mint. These were specially made for collectors using polished dies and planchets, resulting in mirror-like fields and frosted designs. Deep cameo proof coins in flawless condition can command strong premiums in the collector market. Demand also plays a major role. The State Quarters program introduced millions of Americans to coin collecting. Many people who started filling blue folders in the early 2000s are now serious collectors searching for the finest graded examples to complete high-end sets. That competition pushes the best coins into higher price territory. So what is this coin really worth? Most circulated Mississippi quarters are worth face value. Lightly uncirculated coins may bring a few dollars. Certified high-grade pieces can reach into the hundreds. Rare and dramatic error coins may climb even higher depending on uniqueness and demand, but in the world of numismatics, condition is king. A perfectly preserved example with an extraordinary mint error, certified and authenticated, could reach astonishing levels at auction. And now for the number everyone has been waiting for. In an extreme case involving a top-graded specimen or a spectacular mint error, a 2002 Mississippi State Quarter has been valued as high as $90,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. That is the power of rarity, condition, and collector demand coming together in one small piece of American history. 7. Top 2. We're uncovering the story behind a beautiful piece of American pocket change that might be more exciting than you ever imagined, the 2001 Vermont State Quarter. This small silver-colored coin carries a powerful symbol of American heritage, and under the right circumstances, it can become a true collector's treasure. So listen very carefully, because this could change the way you look at your spare change forever. In 2001, the United States Mint continued the incredibly successful 50-state quarters program, a series that transformed everyday Americans into coin hunters. Vermont was the 14th state honored in the program, and its quarter quickly became one of the most admired designs in the entire collection. The front of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, a design that has represented strength and stability in American coinage for decades. It's classic, recognizable, and deeply rooted in U.S. history, but when you flip the coin over, Vermont's character truly shines. The reverse design features a peaceful rural scene with a traditional sugar house and tall maple trees in the background. This image celebrates Vermont's famous maple syrup industry and its nickname, the Green Mountain State. The design captures simplicity, tradition, and natural beauty all in one powerful image. Now you might be thinking, millions of these coins were made. How could one possibly be rare? That's where condition and minting errors come into play. The 2001 Vermont quarter was struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. While circulation coins were produced in huge quantities, most of them entered everyday use. They were tossed into pockets, dropped into vending machines, scraped against other coins, and exposed to years of wear. Finding one in pristine, untouched condition today is much harder than it sounds. High-grade coins with blazing luster, razor-sharp details, and zero-contact marks are incredibly difficult to locate. Coins graded at the very top of the mint state scale become scarce simply because so few survive in that flawless condition. And then we enter the fascinating world of mint errors. Some Vermont quarters have been discovered with off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the blank was not properly aligned during minting. Others show dramatic double die errors, where the lettering or design appears slightly doubled due to a misalignment in the die. There are also examples of clipped planchets, die cracks, struck-through errors, and even coins struck on the wrong metal blank. These errors are not common, and that's exactly why collectors chase them. Each mistake represents a unique moment at the mint, a mechanical imperfection that accidentally created something rare. Error collectors are always searching for bold, visible mistakes that stand out clearly to the naked eye. Proof versions of the Vermont quarter, produced in San Francisco, add another layer of collectability. These coins were specially struck using polished dies and blanks to create mirror-like surfaces and frosted designs. Deep cameo-proof coins in perfect condition are highly desirable, especially when certified by professional grading services. Demand plays a powerful role in value. The state quarters program brought millions of new collectors into the hobby. Many of those collectors now compete to build top-quality graded sets. When only a handful of coins reach the highest possible grades, competition can drive prices to surprising heights. So what is the Vermont 2001 quarter actually worth? Most circulated examples are worth face value. Lightly uncirculated coins may sell for a small premium. Certified high-grade mint state examples can bring significantly more, depending on demand and population reports. Dramatic and eye-catching error coins may command even stronger prices, but in rare cases, when a coin combines extraordinary condition with a significant and visually striking mint error, authenticated and graded at the very highest level, its value can reach astonishing territory. And now for the number that makes collectors lean in closer to an exceptional case involving a top population, nearly flawless example or a spectacular mint error. A 2001 Vermont state quarter has been valued as high as $88,000. Yes, a single quarter. That's the power of rarity, condition, and collector passion working together. So the next time you come across a Vermont quarter, don't just spend it without a second thought. Examine the maple trees. Look closely at the lettering. Check for doubling, unusual strikes, or brilliant untouched surfaces. Because hidden among ordinary coins, there can sometimes be something extraordinary. Top 3. We're taking a closer look at a quarter that celebrates innovation, aviation, and American pride, the 2002 Ohio State Quarter. At first glance, it may seem like just another piece of pocket change, but hidden within certain rare examples is a level of value that has shocked even experienced collectors. So listen carefully, because this story might make you check every quarter in your wallet tonight. In 2002, the United States Mint honored Ohio as part of the historic 50 state quarters program. Ohio was the 17th state released in the series, and its design carries deep historical meaning. Known as the birthplace of aviation pioneers, Ohio proudly showcases its connection to the Wright brothers and the beginning of powered flight. the obverse of the coin features the classic portrait of George Washington, a design that has symbolized stability and tradition in American coinage for generations. The image is bold, recognizable, and steeped in history. Turn the coin over, and the reverse design tells a powerful story. You'll see an outline of the state of Ohio, an early airplane representing the Wright brothers' achievement, and an astronaut symbolizing Ohio's contribution to space exploration. This design celebrates not only the invention of flight but also Ohio's role in advancing technology and exploration beyond the skies. Millions of these quarters were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with additional proof versions produced in San Francisco for collectors. Because the mintage numbers were high, many people assumed the coin has little collectible value. But as every serious numismatist knows, rarity is not just about how many were made, it's about how many survive in exceptional condition. Most Ohio quarters entered circulation immediately. They were handled daily, dropped, scratched, stacked, and spent. Over time, contact marks, dull surfaces, and small imperfections became common. Finding one today in pristine mint state condition with strong luster and virtually no marks is significantly more difficult than many realize. Coins graded at the very highest levels, such as MS-67 or above, become scarce simply because so few examples meet those strict standards. When supply becomes limited at the top, competition among collectors drives demand higher, but what truly excites collectors are mint errors. Some 2002 Ohio quarters have been discovered with off-center strikes, where the design is partially missing due to misalignment during the striking process. Others show double die errors, where lettering or details appear slightly doubled because of a die misalignment during production. There have also been examples with die cracks, struck-through errors, clipped planchets, and even coins struck on incorrect metal blanks. Error coins are fascinating because each one is unique. They represent a brief mechanical mistake at the mint that turned an ordinary coin into a rare collectible. The more dramatic and visible the error, the stronger the collector interest becomes. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint add another layer of value. These specially struck coins feature mirror-like fields and frosted design elements. Deep cameo proofs in flawless condition, especially those certified by professional grading services, are highly desirable among advanced collectors building premium sets. Demand plays a huge role in price. The State Quarters program introduced millions of Americans to coin collecting. Years later, many of those collectors are still active, now searching for the finest graded examples to upgrade their collections. When only a small handful of coins reach top grades, bidding wars can push prices into surprising territory. So what is the 2002 Ohio quarter actually worth? Most circulated examples remain worth face value. Lightly uncirculated coins can bring a modest premium. Certified high-grade mint state pieces may sell for much more depending on grade and demand. Rare and dramatic mint errors can command even stronger prices when authenticated and verified. However, in extremely rare situations, when a coin combines near-perfect preservation with a spectacular and eye-catching mint error, its value can climb far beyond what anyone would expect from a simple 25-cent piece. And now for the number that makes collectors pay close attention. In an extraordinary case involving a top-graded specimen or a remarkable mint error, a 2002 Ohio State quarter has been valued as high as $86,000, yes, from a single quarter. That is the incredible power of condition, rarity, and collector demand coming together. So before you overlook your spare change, take a closer look at that Ohio quarter. Study the details. Examine the surfaces. Search for doubling, unusual strikes, or brilliant untouched luster, because sometimes, the smallest coins can carry the biggest surprises. Top 4. We are diving into a quarter that celebrates natural beauty, American history, and the thrill of hidden value, the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter. At first glance it may look like an ordinary coin you've seen 100 times before, but under the right circumstances, this small piece of metal can become the center of serious collector attention. So listen closely and enjoy every detail, because this story might inspire you to start checking your change more carefully than ever. In 2003, the United States Mint continued the hugely successful 50 State Quarters program, a series that turned everyday Americans into coin hunters. Arkansas was the 25th state honored in the program, marking the halfway point of the collection. That alone gives this coin a special place in the series. The front of the coin carries the familiar portrait of George Washington, a design that has stood as a symbol of leadership and stability for decades. Strong, dignified, and timeless, it connects this modern commemorative series to America's earliest coinage traditions. Flip the coin over, and Arkansas truly comes to life. The reverse design features a breathtaking scene of Diamond Head within Crater of Diamond State Park, a sparkling diamond in the foreground, and a graceful mallard duck flying overhead. The imagery highlights Arkansas as the natural state and proudly celebrates its unique claim to fame, one of the only places in the world where the public can search for real diamonds. It's a design filled with detail and meaning. But what truly makes collectors excited is not just the artwork, it's the possibility of rarity. The 2003 Arkansas quarter was struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints for circulation, with proof versions produced in San Francisco. Millions were made, and most went straight into everyday use. They passed through countless hands, vending machines, cash registers, and coin jars. Over time, nicks, scratches, and dull surfaces became common. That's why finding one in pristine mint condition today is far more difficult than many people assume. Coins graded at the highest levels, with sharp details, blazing original luster, and virtually no contact marks, are surprisingly scarce. When grading services certify a coin at the very top of the mint state scale, collectors compete fiercely to own it, but condition alone is only part of the story. Mint errors are where things become truly fascinating. Some Arkansas quarters have been discovered with off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the blank shifted during the striking process. Others show double die errors, creating a subtle but noticeable doubling in the lettering or design elements. There have also been examples featuring die cracks running across the surface, struck through errors caused by foreign material during minting, clipped planchets, and even coins struck on incorrect metal blanks. These mistakes are rare, and rarity fuels demand. Every error coin tells a story of a split-second mechanical imperfection that accidentally created something unique. Collectors love bold, dramatic errors, the kind you can see immediately without magnification. When such a coin is authenticated and preserved in high grade, its value can increase dramatically. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint add another layer of collectability. These coins were struck using specially polished dies and planchets, producing mirror-like backgrounds and frosted design elements. Deep cameo-proof examples in flawless condition are highly sought after by collectors building premium sets of the State Quarter series. Demand is a powerful force in the coin market. The State Quarters program brought millions of new enthusiasts into the hobby. Many of those collectors are now serious numismatists searching for the finest known examples. When only a small number of Arkansas quarters achieve elite grades or display spectacular mint errors, competition can push prices to remarkable heights. So what is the 2003 Arkansas quarter really worth? Most circulated coins remain worth face value. Uncirculated examples can sell for a modest premium. High-grade certified coins may reach significantly higher prices depending on scarcity and demand. Dramatic and well-documented mint errors can command even stronger attention from collectors, but in extremely rare cases, when an Arkansas quarter combines near-perfect preservation with a visually striking and highly desirable mint error, its value can climb into astonishing territory. And now for the number that makes every collector pause. In a truly exceptional situation involving a top-graded specimen or a spectacular mint error, a 2003 Arkansas State Quarter has been valued as high as $83,000, from a simple 25-cent coin to an extraordinary collector's prize. That is the power of rarity, condition, and demand. So the next time you see an Arkansas quarter, don't just spend it without a second thought. Look closely at the diamond, the duck, the lettering, and the surfaces. Check for doubling, unusual strikes, or brilliant untouched shine. Because sometimes, the most ordinary coins hide the most extraordinary surprises. Top 5. We're heading to the Pacific Northwest to uncover the story behind the 2005 Oregon State Quarter. It may look like ordinary pocket change, but under the right conditions, this coin can become a collector's dream. So sit back, pay close attention, and enjoy this deep dive into one of the most fascinating quarters of the statehood series. In 2005, the United States Mint continued its incredibly popular 50 state quarters program, a collection that inspired millions of Americans to start checking their change. Oregon was the 33rd state honored in the series, and its design captures the spirit of exploration and natural beauty that defines the state. The front of the coin features the timeless portrait of George Washington. Strong and dignified, this image has represented American leadership for generations and remains one of the most recognized designs in U.S. coinage. Turn the coin over, and the Oregon quarter truly comes alive. The reverse showcases the dramatic beauty of Crater Lake, one of the deepest and most breathtaking lakes in the United States. Wizard Island rises from the crystal-clear waters, surrounded by towering cliffs. Above the scene, the inscription reads "The Beaver State," a nod to Oregon's historic fur trade routes. The design is both peaceful and powerful, capturing the wild beauty of the American landscape. Millions of these quarters were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints for circulation, with proof versions produced in San Francisco. Because the production numbers were high, many people assumed the coin holds little value beyond 25 cents. But experienced collectors know that mintage numbers are only part of the story. Most Oregon quarters entered circulation immediately. They were stacked, spent, scratched, and worn down over years of daily use. That means finding one today in flawless mint state condition is far more difficult than it sounds. Coins graded at the highest levels, with sharp details, strong original luster, and virtually no contact marks, are surprisingly scarce. When a coin achieves a top population grade from a professional grading service, competition among collectors can become intense. Then there is the thrilling world of mint errors. Some 2005 Oregon quarters have been discovered with off-center strikes, where the coin design is shifted noticeably to one side. Others show double die errors, where letters or design elements appear slightly duplicated due to a misalignment during die preparation. There have also been examples featuring die cracks stretching across the lake design, struck through errors caused by debris during minting, clipped planchets, and even coins struck on incorrect metal blanks. Error coins attract serious attention because they are accidental rarities. Each one represents a brief moment during production when something went wrong, creating a unique collectible. The more dramatic and visible the error, the greater the interest from collectors who specialize in these unusual pieces. Proof coins from San Francisco add yet another level of appeal. These coins were struck with specially polished dies and blanks to create mirror-like surfaces and frosted design elements. Deep cameo-proof examples in perfect condition are especially desirable, particularly when preserved without haze, scratches, or imperfections. Demand also drives value. The State Quarters program introduced an entire generation to coin collecting. Many of those collectors are now upgrading their sets, searching for the finest certified examples. When only a small number of Oregon quarters reach the very highest grades or display bold mint errors, scarcity can push values into remarkable territory. So what is the 2005 Oregon quarter actually worth? Most circulated examples remain worth face value. Uncirculated coins can bring a modest premium depending on quality. Certified high-grade mint state coins may sell for significantly more, especially when population numbers are low. Rare and dramatic error coins can command even higher prices when authenticated and verified, but in extremely rare situations, when an Oregon quarter combines near-perfect preservation with a spectacular and eye-catching mint error, its value can rise far beyond what most people would ever expect from a simple quarter. And now for the number that captures every collector's imagination. In a truly extraordinary case involving a top-graded specimen or a remarkable mint error, a 2005 Oregon State quarter has been valued as high as $81,000, from a small piece of everyday currency to a potential collector's prize. That is the incredible power of rarity, condition, and demand. So the next time you come across an Oregon quarter, don't just toss it aside. Study the waters of Crater Lake, examine the lettering, and look closely at the surfaces. Check for doubling, unusual alignment, or brilliant untouched shine. Because sometimes, the most ordinary coins hold the most extraordinary surprises. If you enjoyed this journey into the 2005 Oregon State Quarter, keep searching, keep learning, and keep collecting. Your next great discovery could already be waiting in your pocket.